Hello. This is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, and it is time to delve once again into the mysteries of Lamplight City. Hope you watch this video to the end. I always hope that. I may not always say it, I always hope it. And, we just got information to allow us to get closer to some of the witnesses. However, before we go to study that, I want to see the trial here.
Remind me, Miles, why are we here again? Is this for your own personal satisfaction, or did you expect her to have some useful information?
Shh! Mrs. Linda Walker, you stand accused of kidnapping Charles Harris. What have you to say in your defense?
I had to see if I could speak with my son Alexander again.
Yes. According to your initial statement, you seem to believe that the Harris child is the reincarnation of your own deceased son.
All the evidence was there. I thought it had to be him.
And in regards to the execution of your plan, you secretly administered a soporific drug to your friend and the Harris family nanny, Mrs. Henrietta Davis? Is that correct?
Yes. I felt terrible about doing it, but there was no other way.
According to your journal, you used a mixture of chamomile and valerian, instructed by a Samuel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Samuel is a friend of mine. He works at the docks, and he knows all about plants. I asked him what the best combination of herbs would be to put someone in a deep sleep.
So it was your idea, and not his?
Yes, that's right. He only told me about the plants. He's quite the expert. Why, you should see his collection of Easter lilies.
Did she just say what I think she said?
Yes.
Now then, let's turn our attention to the night in question.
Interesting. This Samuel person might be worth looking into, although we can't waste time searching the docks with just a first name. I'd make a note of it, just in case it becomes relevant later.
Yep, that's why I'm here.
All right, I've had enough of this courtroom. Let's get back out there. Time's running out.
I knew there was a reason to go to the courthouse. Alright.
Right, this should be a quiet enough spot to concentrate on finding that saboteur. I just hope Upton doesn't mind you turning her parlor into your own personal study.
I'm sure she'll have no objection. Now, let's have a look at that list again.
Yeah. Clovis Sullivan. Suspected in last known whereabouts was Vespuccia.
I think we can rule out Mr. Sullivan as a suspect. He's Western Vespuccia's problem now.
15-year sentence.
Unless Mr. McKee has escaped from prison, which I highly doubt, he's not our man. If dead men could cause explosions, let's just say things would be a lot different.
Yeah.
This clearly isn't the right suspect.
No.
Paris Wilson. Those initials don't match the ones on the letter. I don't think this is our suspect.
No. I don't think it's Lucian.
Lucian Donaldson. Those initials don't match the ones on the letter. I don't think this person is our suspect.
But
Peyton Ferguson. The initials match those on the letter we got at the Lamplight Depot.
I'd say it's our best bet.
Yep, definitely. Alright. So, what we got here? Lucius Donaldson, residence, Paris Wilton. We both are.
What happened? Where am I?
You don't remember last night? Wilson got the better of you. You've been out cold for hours.
I suppose that explains that headache.
Now, do you want the bad news or the worst news?
Just give it to me.
That wasn't our saboteur, and we've lost several hours. There's no way we'll be able to find the Justice Killer in time. Time to face the music.
Well,
Fantastic.
May I help you with something, young lady?
Yes, I'm here to see my husband, Miles Fordham.
Your husband? You really don't know how to pick a Fordham.
Shut your mouth, Giles.
Hey, now! A little respect for your jailkeeper. Go ahead and speak to him. Don't take too long. 5 minutes and on your way.
Yeah.
How did you get into this mess?
I don't think I can tell it all in 5 minutes. I was trying to catch the man who caused Bill's death, and I ran out of time.
How long are you going to keep you here?
I don't know, but I have a feeling it might be a very long time.
Well, you better believe I'll do all I can to get you out of here.
Time's up. On your way, ma'am.
Don't give up, Miles. I love you.
I love you too, Addie.
Well,
Or Adelaide. She means well, but she won't be able to do a thing. Cheer up, Miles. You may be in jail for the next several years, but at least you won't be alone.
well, that was a mistake. But no, I'm not giving up. Hey. Well, that was obviously not the right. Oh. I didn't notice this one down here.
Well. Who's this lovely specimen?
Yeah.
Allow me to introduce Peyton Ferguson, known Redite and prime suspect in a sabotage at the Thorbomb Ironworks.
Yeah.
I picked him up and brought him straight to you.
Ooh, a saboteur. Just leave him to me and I'll make him feel right at home.
Yeah.
Please find the Justice Killer soon, Miles. Being Giles' prisoner is not my idea of a good time.
Yeah.
Right. I'll leave you to it then.
Okay. So that helps us out. Good thing.
Mr. Mims, a word if you wouldn't mind?
Yes, what is it?
Are you sure you can't tell me anything about Hannibal Kirkland?
It's like I've told you. I've got to deal with this mess. I don't have time for your questions.
Yeah, well,
I found the person responsible for sabotaging your iron mill.
yeah.
Oh, yeah?
His name is Peyton Ferguson. He's currently at the Bow Street Jail.
Hey, not bad. I owe you one, Detective.
Yeah.
Certainly does.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about Hannibal Kirkland?
Yeah.
Good worker. Mostly kept to himself. Real shame what happened to him.
Do you know if anyone here disliked Kirkland?
Enough to want him dead? Nah. There's the occasional scrap, but everyone around here gets along for the most part. Like I said, he mostly kept to himself. Head down, didn't bother nobody.
Do you
Yeah.
know what he did outside of work?
No idea. I only ever saw him here.
You said Kirkland was a good worker?
Yeah.
One of my best. I knew something was up when he didn't show up for a couple of days. Don't think he'd ever missed work before.
Did he have any personal effects he kept here, or an area where he worked?
He had a cabinet downstairs in the workers' changing area, just like everyone else. You can go take a look if you want, but I don't think the police found anything. Kirkland's cabinet is the third one from the left.
Thank you.
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
The who?
He's a serial murderer who's killed 5 men over the past 4 months.
Is that right? Never heard of him.
He may have killed one of your men. Weren't the police here asking about it?
Oh, is that what that was all about? I know they came poking around here a while back, but I was busy dealing with other things.
It's nice to see the lines of communication here are wide open.
Yeah.
How long have you been the foreman here?
Sometimes I think it's been too long. Things were so much easier before we got these machines. They keep saying they're supposed to improve our lives, but they've been nothing but trouble. I've already had 5 of my best men get mangled by some of them. And then there's these damn fools blowing things up. My hair wasn't this gray 5 years ago, you know. I swear one of these days, I'm just going to pack it all up and retire. Let someone else deal with these damn things.
I'll be going now.
Be careful on your way out.
All right. Now we can head down to the employee area. You said it was a third from the, gents, please stop shaving in the showers. The cleaning lady almost tore my head off. She says the drains can't take all the hair. Mims.
At least having a heater down here manages to keep things warm. I remember the changing rooms at the police station were always ice cold. Just another unmarked storage cabinet.
Yeah.
Just another...
Ah, Kirkland's. Oh! Great. We don't know the...
Sounds like there's someone in there. If you weren't so bashful, I'd suggest joining in. You could certainly use it.
But what's Kirkland's?
At least having... Just another...
5, 2, 7? I don't know. I wonder if he knows the combination.
Mr. Mims,
Yes, what is it?
No word.
would you happen to know the combination to Hannibal Kirkland's cabinet?
No. Every worker sets their own combination, and I don't ask for it.
What happens if they were to forget it?
Well, I have them come up with some sort of personal reminder and keep those in a file.
Ah,
And do
yeah.
you still have Kirkland's?
I'll give it to you as soon as we're done talking.
I'll be
Very
going
good.
now.
Be careful on your way out. There you go. You're lucky I only clean out my files at the end of the year.
See, I always told you I wasn't disorganized. Just preparing for the future.
Shipwreck, red and white, the sign. Shipwreck, red and white, the sign. Okay, the shipwreck. Well, that's red and white. Okay, 1. The sign, which is 7. But what's the sign? Red and white. Okay. Okay. 1. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh!
Empty. That's disappointing.
Not completely empty. There's something at the bottom here.
What is it? The Gilded Lily. 12 refined ladies in waiting. All sizes, petite, skinny, buxom. Special present this handbill and 50 shillings for the normal 1 crown treat. Petticoat Lane, Chumley.
It seems our friend Hannibal had a few extracurricular activities after all.
Yes.
Gilded Lily, huh? That's a bit suspicious.
Who knew such a pretty flower could cause such an inconvenience?
Yeah.
The answer to that question is me, in case you were wondering. Flowers bring nothing but trouble. Trouble and snot.
That's enough, Bill. We need to get a move on.
Yes. We're getting very closer. Choosing the wrong person to go to, of course, was a mistake. Okay, and there's the Gilded Lily. Wonder if I can get any more information.
She's busy.
No? Okay. But we're finding so much more. Let's see this again. T. Shockley. Ruby. Okay.
No time to wait.
Alright. I'm just ruling out some things. Can we... Gascon Docks. I know that.
I don't think there's...
Yeah, nothing left. Okay. Gilded Lily.
Well, hello there, handsome. Welcome to the Gilded Lily. Come over here and tell me what kind of pleasure it is you're looking for.
Well, nothing.
I'm afraid I'm here for business, not pleasure.
Oh, well, that's just a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm Miles Fordham, private investigator. And you are?
You can call me Serafina. I'm in charge of this establishment.
You won't mind if I take a look around or ask you some questions?
As long as you keep to the front room, you can do whatever you like. Beyond that, you're gonna have to pay.
Maybe it's best if you leave this part out when you tell Adelaide about the case later.
Yeah.
What a charming statue. Wouldn't she get cold fetching water in that state of undress? Oh, my virgin eyes. You certainly won't find art like that at the National Gallery.
Yeah.
Looks nervous. Wonder if this is his first time. I'm not too familiar with places like this, but I believe that's where the fun happens, if you've got the crowns for it.
May I ask you a few questions, Serafina?
Of course you may, but I can't guarantee the answers will be free.
Of course. Ooh.
Do you know anything about the Justice Killer?
I'm afraid not, dear. I don't normally associate with killers.
Are you sure you don't know anything? He's the reason I'm here.
Well, I can assure you I know nothing about your murderer. If the trail has led you here, it's surely just coincidence.
Yeah, she seems awfully certain of that. It's a good thing we don't believe in coincidences.
Did you have a man named Hannibal Kirkland as a client?
I make it my practice not to learn the names of any customers here, Mr. Fordham. I hate to disappoint anyone who comes through those doors, but discretion is paramount in this business.
Of course.
Well, at least you know you can trust these women with your secrets.
Do you by chance have a girl named Ruby in your service?
Ruby? Yes, she's one of our newest girls. And she's not in any sort of trouble, is she?
Not at all. I merely wanted to speak with her.
Well, she should be in the dressing room. If you go through the rear door and follow the hallway down, it's the last door on the left.
Last
I
door
see.
on the left.
Thank you. Did you know Percival McDonough?
The politician? I knew who he was, but never met him personally.
He was seeing Ruby, wasn't he?
Not regularly, no. In fact, his first and only visit with her was yesterday.
Were you aware that he was murdered shortly after that?
I had no idea. How terrible.
Yes, it is terrible. This means she's lost a potential repeat customer.
This is a lovely establishment you have, and such a nice name, too.
Thank you, my dear. It wasn't always called the Gilded Lily, though. We were formerly known as Le Maison de Tolérance.
What inspired the name change?
Yeah.
That's a bit of a long story. Not worth getting into.
How long have you been operating?
Going on 25 years. Business has been good. There's a reason this is the world's oldest profession, you know.
So, how did you get into this business?
Like many of the other girls, it was the best of some bad options. I had no interest in being beholden to a husband. I may be a fallen woman, but better to fly and fall than to have your wings clipped.
You enjoy the work?
It's a job like any other, Mr. Fordham. There are good days and there are bad days. But my girls are my family. We take care of each other. I couldn't ask for anything better.
Thank you for your time.
Of course, my dear.
All right. I'd like to know why she has the eye patch.
Oh, hello. Did Serafina send you back here for me?
Yes, but not for the usual reasons. I'm a private investigator. My name is Miles Fordham. Ruby, I presume?
Yes, that's right. What do you need from me?
Just some information.
Well, I'll do my best.
Well, first off, I want to take a look at this painting.
Lily, 1809 to 1843. I wonder what happened to her.
Interesting.
I'm guessing this is where most of the girls keep their personal belongings. Doesn't seem to offer much in the way of privacy.
Yeah.
No lilies? Seems like a missed opportunity. That's a nice locket for being such a cheap piece of jewelry.
Hello. 313-2213. Well, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to jot that down.
The girls here don't get much in the way of a dressing area. Still, something is better than nothing, I suppose.
Okay.
So, Ruby,
Yes?
Have you heard of the Justice Killer?
No, I don't believe so.
He's a serial murderer who's killed 5 victims, mostly men from Chumley.
Oh dear, that sounds dreadful. Is that what you're investigating?
Yes.
It is. Do you know anyone who might have some information about him?
I don't. Sorry I can't be more help.
Did you ever have a client named Hannibal Kirkland?
No, that name doesn't sound familiar. Sorry.
Do you know Ennis Bowditch?
Bowditch? Didn't think I'd be hearing that name again.
As I understand it, he was seeing your friend, the serving girl at the ruined coffee house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Annabelle. She broke things off with him a while ago, though.
So she said. Did you ever know him to be violent?
Violent? The bastard nearly beat Annabelle's brains in once. Why do you think she chucked him?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
At least she had the good sense to get rid of him.
Perhaps we should go confirm this newly discovered fact with Annabelle.
Yes, we will.
Did you ever meet a man named Burley Cause?
No, I never met him, but one of the other girls had him as a client. I remember because she was laughing about his name. He wasn't very burly, if you get my meaning.
Right. Are you familiar with Reggie Willingham?
Oh, him? He had to be banned from here.
Really? What happened?
He got way too rough with one of the girls. She ended up shy a few teeth.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, apparently he wasn't too fond of boundaries. Good riddance to him, I say.
Were you aware that Mr. Willingham was murdered?
What? Oh, well, now I feel terrible for saying good riddance. I meant...
I think I know what you meant, Ruby. It's fine.
Is it me? Or is there a pattern starting to emerge here?
Yes.
You met recently with Percival McDonough, is that right?
How did you know that? I thought he was meant to keep those sorts of things private.
He had your name written down in his calendar.
And you found me here based on that?
Well, I am a detective.
Yeah.
Suppose that's true. Anyway, yes. I only met him the one time. There wasn't anything remarkable about him. After we finished, he got all emotional about his wife, but I could hardly understand what he was saying. I hate it when they cry afterwards.
That's a rather nice portrait. Who's the subject?
Oh, that's Lily. Before my time. Serafina knows loads about her. Even changed the name of this place in her honor. You might try asking her if you want to know more.
Thank you.
How long have you been in this business?
Only a few months now. Used to work at a kitchen, but then they brought in some of those new automated machines.
Sadly familiar story.
At least this profession isn't in any danger of being made obsolete by steam tech. Cold steel can never replace a warm touch.
Let's just hope that's true.
I'll just leave you to it then.
Thanks, love.
Now we know more. And we're going to act on it. Even though I made that mistake earlier.
May I ask you a few questions, Serafina?
Of course you may, but I can't guarantee the answers will be free.
Could you tell me about the young lady in the portrait hanging in the back room?
That's Lily Peterson. She was a wonderful woman and a great friend.
What happened to her?
It's a rather tragic story, Mr. Fordham. I'd rather not go into too much detail. The short version is this. She was with a client who got very carried away. She was able to defend herself enough to mortally wound the bastard, but the damage had already been done. The girls and I decided among us that we would rename this establishment in her honor. Some days it's still hard to believe she's gone. I haven't even been able to get rid of her box of things.
I'm very sorry for your loss, Serafina.
Thank you, dear. It was especially awful given Lily's past. Her sister died at the hands of her own husband some 16 years before. Some people just can't escape tragedy, no matter how far they run.
Something tells me these deaths are significant. It might be a good idea to learn as much as we can about Lily Peterson.
Indeed.
Thank you for your time.
Of course, my dear.
We've exhausted her.
Let me double check. Because that locket. I want to look at that locket again. I haven't been able to get rid of her box of things.
That's a nice locket for... That's a nice...
Yeah.
Cut down
Cut down in her prime. I can relate. I'm guessing this is where most of...
Samuel. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna soon call it an episode, but it's time to take some information. But, let's talk with, and let's confirm this.
Begging your pardon, miss.
How can I help you, sir?
I spoke with your friend Ruby. She told me something quite disturbing.
What was that?
She said that Ennis had fits of violence, and that the reason you ended your relationship was because he hit you.
Yeah.
Why would she tell you that? That was my secret to tell, not hers. I thought we were friends.
It's obvious she cares about you and is worried about your well-being.
Well, it hardly matters now Ennis is dead, does it?
But is it true? Did he raise his hand to you?
Yes. It is true. As I said before, something changed in him. I have no idea what, but I had to get away.
I see. Thank you for your honesty. I'm sorry you had to experience what you did.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you, sir.
So now we have more information. All these women have been victims of violence. With women. We have all these people were violent. Red and white, 7. PF, got that one. Lee Peterson's murder. So now, what's next? No, all that's exhausted. I don't know if asking her about Ruby is going to be anything.
Hello again, Mr. Fordham.
I want to just save this. Just to see if I have anything more to talk about, but obviously I do.
Can we talk some more, Mrs. McDonough?
I suppose so, yes.
No. No.
All the
I'm not gonna go that route. I don't think it's wise. An old murder. I wonder. Let me see if I can ask him about it. Snelling?
Chief Snelling?
Yes, Fordham?
Do you recall a murder involving a woman named Lily Peterson about a year ago?
Yeah.
Lily Peterson? Yes, that name does sound familiar. Of course, the prostitute murder. That wasn't one of yours, was it?
No, it wasn't. Do you remember any other details?
As I recall, the woman was beaten severely by one of her clients, who escaped and was never found. She died a few days later in the hospital. How is this of any relevance, exactly?
That's what I'm trying to piece together. Did you know that Lily Peterson had a sister who was killed some 16 years ago?
I didn't. Are you suggesting that's related somehow?
I think it is. Would you be able to get me the case file?
What was the victim's name?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
That might be a bit more difficult, unless you can give me more details.
I'll try my best.
Very well. What year did you say the case was from?
16 years earlier. 14. 16.
It was 1826, according to the information I've gathered.
Right. And who was the detective assigned to the case?
Oh, boy. Okay.
I think it was you, actually.
I doubt it. But I suppose it's worth checking. And what was the victim's official cause of death? That's really not... All right. I'll have... There's nothing I suggest you go details.
Yeah, I thought that would be, Let me just relook at that.
We've exhausted.
I want to look at that. So Lily's sister, 16 years earlier, so let me first see.
Damn shame.
Yeah.
Damn.
43. So that's going to be 16 years earlier. 30. Okay. Let's do that. 3, so that's going to be 27. 28. Let me look at this. Lily Peterson's murder. So maybe it wasn't the wise move to go there first. No. I want to check here. Trevor, let's see if Trevor can give me any information I can use.
Keep up the good work, Mr. Hastings.
No.
No use bothering.
Okay. No. Well, we got that. So, is there anything more I can get from her? Let's just ask. I mean, we've...
So, Ruby.
Yes?
Let's see.
Serafina told me that Lily's possessions are still here. Do you know where they're kept?
Yeah, in that cabinet over there.
Ah.
Lily had a special place in Serafina's heart. I don't think she has the nerve to get rid of this stuff yet.
Okay.
You think I could take a look through it?
Oh, I don't know.
Serafina never has to know. I promise I'll only look, not touch.
If I had a crown for every time I'd heard that. But, alright. As long as you keep your word and don't take anything from the box, I'll let you have a look. I'll get it for you after.
I'll just leave you to it then.
Thanks, love.
Now he gets the box. We'll look through it. That should give us a little bit more information.
There you go. All yours for the browsing.
All right. I have a feeling this is what's going to answer it. What's this? Earrings?
These don't look too valuable.
No.
A cheap ring. Must have had sentimental value, because otherwise there'd be no point in keeping it.
Yeah.
Nice scarf. Impressively clean, too. Lily clearly took care of her things.
Yes. The envelope.
Let's see what we have in here.
Barnett! Okay, now we have a name. Barnett. Dear Miss Peterson, while it is unorthodox practice for a detective to maintain contact with the relatives of a victim after the case has been closed, your story has touched me on a deep level. Please let me know if there is anything I can do to help your mourning. Let me know to help you during this difficult time. I understand you have decided to take it upon yourself to raise your sister's son, and for that I commend and respect your strength of will. Again, do not hesitate to contact me if there's anything I can do. Okay. So we don't know.
One of 3 buttons with an engraved lily on it. I wonder if they're just decorative or if they have some other purpose.
Oh! 3, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3.
Well now, I think we just found ourselves a bonanza.
Aunt Lily. I tried. God knows I tried, but I couldn't let that bastard get away with his crime. I refused to watch you suffer the same fate as Mother. Justice had to be done. I snuffed out his life, just as he tried to choke yours out of your body. The blood that stains this letter is his. As I write this, you're in a hospital bed, unconscious. I don't know if I'll ever be able to speak with you again, but I am placing this letter in your secret place in hope that you will someday be able to read it. In the meantime, I have discovered my true calling. I must dispense justice to those who harm innocent women. I have seen the cycle of violence go on for far too long. I have lost both my mother and my aunt to violent men, and I must stop this from happening again. I spoke with Gloria, and she told me she had been violated by one of her clients, an iron worker named Hannibal Kirkland. I will observe his habits until the time is right to strike. After he is taken care of, I will find others and do the same until this wretched city is scrubbed clean. I need to send a message. Love to you always. S. Well, that's a lot. And I should call it an episode here now. I want to just... But I want to...
May I ask you a few questions, Serafina?
Of course you may, but I can't guarantee the answers will be free.
Serafina, what can you tell me about Lily's nephew?
Her nephew? I didn't know she had a nephew. Lily didn't talk much about her family, as you can probably imagine.
You're not lying to me, are you?
I have nothing to hide from you.
Except maybe the truth. But I don't think we have what we need to make her talk. If there even is anything that would make her talk.
For your time.
Of course, my dear.
Alright, now, I'm gonna save it here with a chance. I know this is running a little bit longer, but I want to be certain of something now. Now that I have a name, Let's see here.
Chief Snelling?
Yes, Fordham?
Do you recall a murder involving a woman named Lily Peterson about a year ago?
Lily Peterson? Yes, that name does sound familiar. Of course, the prostitute murder. That wasn't one of yours, was it?
No.
No, it wasn't. Do you remember any other details?
As I recall, the woman was beaten severely by one of her clients, who escaped and was never found. She died a few days later in the hospital. How is this of any relevance, exactly?
That's what I'm trying to piece together. Did you know that Lily Peterson had a sister who was killed some 16 years ago?
I didn't. Are you suggesting that's related somehow?
I think it is. Would you be able to get me the case file?
What was the victim's name?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
That might be a bit more difficult, unless you can give me more details.
I'll try my best.
Very well. What year did you say the case was from?
Yeah, it's gonna be 26.
It was 1826, according to the information I've gathered.
Right. And who was the detective assigned to the case?
Lester
It
Barnett.
was Lester Barnett.
Right. He was quite active in those days. And what was the victim's official cause of death?
It was strangulation.
All right. I'll have a look and see if I find anything. There's nothing I suggest.
Chief Snelling?
Yes.
Okay, so I had the wrong year.
I can find it. What year?
It was 16 years.
Right. And who?
It was Lester.
Right. And what was?
It was strangulation.
There we go.
I'll have a look and see if I find anything. Yes. Here we are.
Good.
This should be a match. Have a look.
Liam Collins.
So
Daisy
we have our
Collins.
killer's last name and possible first name, assuming he's the same man Linda Walker talked about. Perhaps it's time to ask about him at the docks.
Yep. You know what? I just have a feeling. I have a feeling. I know this is running along, but we have a name.
You again? What do you need?
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
I know I'm close to the end here.
Do you know a man named Samuel Collins?
Yes, I do. He's one of my workers.
Is he working today?
No, it's his day off. Why do you ask?
I'm very interested in speaking with him. Could you tell me where I can find him?
I don't just give out information on my men to strangers. What reason do you have for wanting to speak with him?
I believe he may be involved in some serious crimes.
Yeah.
Is that right? And what are these serious crimes, exactly?
I believe Samuel's the justice killer.
What? That's absolutely preposterous. You've got quite some imagination, sir. And here I thought you were serious.
About Samuel Collins?
Yes? What about him? You've made a rather lofty accusation. What exactly is it he's done?
I believe he's stealing money from you and your business.
What? Do you have proof of this?
About
Stop!
Sam.
Yes?
I believe he stole from one of your customers.
Yeah.
What? From who?
The Hanbrook Flower Shop. He stole
That's it,
several
that's
orders
right.
of Easter lilies.
The Hanbrook Flower Shop? They're not one of my customers. I only sell to wholesalers.
A minor detail. The point remains that your man's a burglar.
That's quite a serious claim. What proof do you have?
You can hear it straight from the man who works at the shop that was burgled.
Well, where is he then?
Wait here just a moment.
There we go.
Excuse me, Mr. Hastings?
What is it, Detective? As I said, I'm rather busy.
I was wondering if you might help me with something. Could you please tell the shipping manager over there about the burglaries at your flower shop?
Certainly.
This is it.
Go ahead, Mr. Hastings.
Right. It all started around 5 months ago. And he didn't come around again after that night.
Thank you, Mr. Hastings. That'll do. Now are you convinced?
Fine. I hate to lose 2 of my men in such a short amount of time, but if he's done wrong, I can't just stand by. Samuel lives in Chumley, at 210 Abattoir Row.
Thank you, sir. You may have just saved several lives.
But I'm going to have to spend several crowns in order to get things back to normal. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Yep. We now have our suspect. I want to save real quick. Because I know this is coming to an end. There he is. Mr. Samuel Collins.
Samuel Collins?
Yes?
I'm Terrence Shackley from the Labor Department. I wanted to ask you some questions about your employer at the docks.
Of course. Please come in. I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?
Terrence Shackley? But it's not my real name. I just used it to get into your apartment. I believe you did something similar at the Houses of Parliament with Mr. McDonough.
So, you're Fordham, the one who was snooping around at the Gilded Lily.
Indeed. We meet again, Mr. Collins.
Of course. The rooftop.
Yes.
I'm sorry about what happened to your partner. It wasn't my intent for him to die. Oh, he's sorry, is he? Is that supposed to make things better? I suppose this encounter was inevitable. But I admit I didn't think it would be this soon. So, you're here to arrest me.
That's right. Samuel Collins, I'm placing you under arrest for the murders of Percival McDonough, Burley Cause, Ennis Bowditch, Hannibal Kirkland, and Reggie Willingham.
I told you once already, Mr. Fordham. I'm not going to jail. Every one of those men deserve what they got.
I'm not arguing that.
Why do you say that? None of those men killed anyone.
No. What they did was far worse. Inexcusable. Unforgivable. I had to make sure justice was done.
I understand your reasons, but that doesn't mean your actions were justified. You need to pay for your crimes, one way or another.
My crimes? What about theirs? If not for me, they would have gotten away with them.
There are other ways of upholding justice, Collins. Ways that don't involve mass murder.
The system is broken. Criminals get away all the time. You know that.
Yeah.
Only too well.
But you comprehend my situation. You understand my reasons for doing what I do.
Understanding is not the same as approval.
But it is the first step.
Is this bastard really suggesting what I think he is?
All I ask is that you allow me to continue my work in peace. You looked the other way once before. You can do it again.
You're right. I did look the other way, and it wound up costing my partner his life. You're out of your mind if you think I'm going to just let you keep killing.
Damn right, Miles. This has to end.
Then you leave me no choice.
Fordham, are you all right?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm fine.
So, this is our justice killer?
That's right.
Yeah.
I suppose congratulations are in order. You did well in finding him.
Thank you, Chief Snelling. I'm glad we were finally able to work together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you weren't so brash as to confront him without notifying me first.
Indeed.
Perhaps there is hope for you yet. Now then, I'll go get the other officers so we can lock down the scene and remove the body. Wait here.
Quite a night, eh, Bill? Bill? Are you there? Bill?
He's left. 2 weeks later, we've done it.
It's good of you to do this, Miles. Do you need some time alone?
If you wouldn't mind.
All right. I'll wait for you over by the sycamores.
So, it's finally over. I have to admit, it's been strange not hearing you all the time anymore. Never in a million years did I think I would actually miss it. But the important thing is you've moved on, and I got what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I'm starting up my own private detective agency, you know. Addie and Upton are going to be my partners.
Wow.
It should be interesting, to say the least. Oh, that reminds me. I brought you a little something. It's not much, but I thought you might appreciate it. Thank you for all your help, Bill. I truly would have been lost without it. Rest in peace, Bill.
Yeah.
I love you.
And that's the end. I think that is probably the best ending. And that is the end of Lamplight City. We've closed the case on the Justice Killer. This ran a little bit over, but I'm sure you appreciate it. I didn't expect singing. Oh well. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I think next time round I'm going to start the second season of Dark Side Detective. It's only fitting. It is only fitting to throw that in now. We have season 2. Season 2's out, so we're going to take that on. As always, it's Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, inviting you to subscribe to the channel and check out the other playthroughs on the channel. I'm also working my way through the Tomb Raider timeline of, well, the Core Designs timeline of Tomb Raider. Currently on the last Revelation. I am working my way through the Sherlock Holmes series in chronological order. As of this time, I am working on my way through Testament of Sherlock Holmes, which is the 6th game released, the 6th game in the series. And I am also working my way through various, through Alien vs. Predator, the 1999 or 2000 release, one of the 2 years. It gets lumped in with 2000. I am working my way through the Portal series, currently on Portal 2. Working my way through The Witness. I'm working my way through the Zork series, currently in a chronological order, currently working on Zork 2. And I'm working my way through Gibbous, a Cthulhu adventure. I'm getting close to the end of that one too. I also have runs through the game of Monstrum 2. Monstrum 2 runs go up on a Thursday morning. I'm working through another game on Wednesday mornings. I tell you which one, but I don't know where I'm going to be at in the recordings session when this goes up. I also am reading through prose on a Tuesday morning. Those go up. Prose I've written over the years. And I'm also putting up retrospectives for all the games I've beaten. But that is it for now. Until next time, this is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere. You have fun. And get this game. Play it for yourself. It's fun. Bye.